What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here,
we react to music videos and shows.
Today we're going back on that new Rockstars drip, and we're gonna check out She-Hulk episode 5 breakdown for Easter eggs and details you definitely missed, cause you did.
Yes.
We love Jessica Clemens, and her breakdowns of She-Hulk so far have been hilarious and informative. If you're not a fan of new Rockstars already, you need to go there immediately and subscribe, because they have awesome content. Let's check this one out right now.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemens, here to break down episode. Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemens, here to break down episode 5 of She-Hulk for you. The episode, we got a better look at Titania and all her vapid influence, her glory, more insight into the real designer behind the superhero looks, and some fun, non-stop Easter eggs. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Ray, who fixed my computer in time to write this breakdown. You're a big fan of the breakdowns, and I'm a big fan of you. I'm just gonna call it out. I'm obsessed with She-Hulk. And judging by the fact that you're watching this video, I'm gonna guess you are too. Well,
yes.
If your obsession with everybody's favorite green attorney at law is just like mine, it's bound to spill over into your wardrobe sooner or later. And I know, Jessica, why aren't you wearing your wardrobe? I spilled spaghetti on it, but you don't have to spill spaghetti on it. Go to the epicheroshop.com and we have you covered. Latest obsession number 19, Lady Justice, is available in the shop for a limited amount of time. And if that's not enough for you, Epic Hero Shop's got a girl boss shirt in the same font maybe fans of She-Hulk will recognize. But I think what we all love about She-Hulk isn't just the ability to boldly forge novel legal precedents in the name of justice, or her hair, or her perfect green skin. It's that, in a lot of ways, she's the personification of justice itself. That's what the Superhuman Law Division tee and sweatshirt are all about. Justice is jacked. And remember, in the first episode of She-Hulk, when we found out that Cap Epic Hero Shop dropped Cap shirt immediately, so that fans like us can show our support for getting some into the MCU. These designs would be rad enough if they were on posters, but you get to wear them. And trust me, Epic Hero Shop stuff is comfy as hell. Regular rotation for sure. This is the absolute best way to support the channel, and wearing the merch is the best way to spot fans in the wild. So make sure to wear it to the Avengers Campus, conventions, and opening weekend. Also, be sure to tag at Epic Hero Shop and use hashtag RealEpicHero to get featured on their page. Get everything you need to be the stylish nerd you know you are at epicheroshop.com. Jeez Louise. We open to a song called Higher, written by Mark Campbell. We get the famous pass-by effect, this time on a pink screen that says She-Hulk by Titania. Titania has a new luxury skincare, beauty, and wellness product line named She-Hulk. We get this strong female-driven campaign montage of Titania wearing this $600 dress. We know she's fashionable. Our girl is currently at New York Fashion Week. I love the PR She-Hulk and Jamila Jamil are doing. This is also just giving a Dove commercial. Literally all beauty commercials ever made. As Jen drives her Prius through West Hollywood, peep the Chateau Marmont Hotel sign, you see the giant billboard for Titania's pop-up at the Grove, which is a giant shopping center in Los Angeles. It's super packed. Celebs have been spotted there, I guess, from time to time. I guess that's the hype. I don't really like it. The promo code Strength is Beauty gets you 15% off. Titania is very petty and very much me. Jen is listening to Pro Se, Law 360's podcast, which is a real weekly podcast on Law 360. Law 360 is the overarching umbrella that covers legal news, giving quick coverage on issues that affect attorneys, business leaders, and regulators. Titania fans are also confirmed called Titaniacs by Titania on the radio. Ched comes barreling through Jen's apartment. Jen, lock your damn door. This is happening so much. I'm sure toward the end of the season we'll get someone clearly not good stroll in. After Ched mansplains trademarking law to Jen, but in reality, who's really the smart one now, She-Hulk? You couldn't even trademark it, but Ched knows. He always knows. We get our title screen. This time it's pink, my favorite color, and with a little feminine glow lens flare that was once the color green, but now is pink. By Titania is in cursive at the bottom instead of its normal attorney at law. The voiceover says, She-Hulk by Titania. Thank you. Sounding exactly like Kim Kardashian, just like me. I'm sure it's the added influencer Valley Girl vibe. Overall, it's looking like a Titania episode, so let's just get really into it. We're at Titania She-Hulk pop-up at the Sunset Arts District. I don't think there's a Sunset's Arts District, but there's an actual arts district in downtown LA. Also, how do I get that Titania cardboard cut out? Please, someone at Marvel at me and give it to me. When Jen noticed the snake venom lip plumper, she says,
Snake venom lip plumper. She's literally selling snake oil.
Which is a saying in reference to all those miracle elixirs or those fraudulent marketing schemes people make. This place is wild. On the wall, we see TVs featuring Titania dressed in her sunburst crown in space like a beautiful space goddess. And I hate to be that person, but I agree with Nikki Jen. These are all different products. Beauty serum for your face for aging. Beauty oils usually soften the skin, keep the moisture in. And beauty tonic is like high in vitamin C, usually good for plumping. I just use a ton of different products.
They're all the same thing to me.
Either way, we get a look at Nikki's desk, which is very Nikki Ramos. Her plaque, cute office supplies, the Titania lip gloss sample she got earlier, along with this cute mini stack of donut keychains and dumpster fire toy created and sold by the head writer Jessica Gal's husband on his website, 100% Soft. It also comes with a nightlight one. I've gifted these before, so I'm really happy to see this like little callback in my life. Pug enters this episode needing Nikki to stand in line with him for those damn fine Iron Man 3s we saw in earlier episodes time and time again. Like every sneakerhead knows, you need one to rock and one to stock, baby. This guy is known as Alonzo, the drip broker. Now, I've been told the term drip broker exists, but I refuse to use it ever again after today. It's just too silly for me. Either way, a fashion broker is someone that acts as an intermediary between a fashion brand and a manufacturer. So in this case, the brand being She-Hulk, the manufacturer being Luke Jacobson. Alonzo could easily be some random dude, but just how fun would it be if it was Zemo? The man loves fashion. He had an infomercial on Marvel Studios Assembled about fashion called Suitcovia. Or it could be 100% soft, like they said on Twitter. Cafe Bobe, I might pronounce that wrong and I'm so sorry. The front for the superhero clothing business. We've got another QR code that takes you to the She-Hulk Marvel comic page, the She-Hulk issue number 10 for free. And in a messed up way, we learn Nikki can speak Chinese, or at least say we're not cops in it. Before we say that this is Jubilee from X-Men reference, it's also the name for restaurant items and some famous cleaning supplies. So settle down, you Jubilee stands. Jessica Gal is looking out for her man, and I love it. I'm very sure this is made by her husband at 100% Soft. Y'all, check them out. They're all super cute. They have a collection with Marvel currently. Good to also note, everything here is slightly off. Avenger undies and cups that say Thur and Hulk as Borat beach towel. Captain America shield that resembles the shield from the 60s Avengers, issue number 4, but note, it's not quite the one we're used to. The shirts that say Avengers and Avengers, we see the Avengers mug in the courtroom illustrations too. Let's notice what's off, shall we? Thor's shovel instead of a hammer, which is hilarious because they offer Thor's hammer. Not only does Hulk have a mustache, but the protruding nipples are a nice touch. Iron Man's colors are backwards, also the arrow on the chest. Hawkeye's has like a hawk foot bow, which I guess you could make, but it's not his signature. We've got this very cute Captain America, but he has an eagle on his hat, chest, and shield. The closest we ever got to that was the wings on the side of his helmet, and Black Widow has a red scorpion on her chest. Also, not to mention, the arrow in Avengers is pointing the opposite direction it normally does in Avengers. This is secondhand rate bootleg place, and I love it. Also, the team we never knew we needed is Pug and Nikki.
Yeah, no kidding.
Though I've talked a lot of crap about Mallory, I respect her professionalism. Where she's taking Titania and She-Hulk's case as a professional courtesy, I love this line.
Why didn't you trademark your own pseudonym?
And I mentioned it in episode 2 breakdown that Stan Lee had to trademark She-Hulk quick. They created She-Hulk from the success of The Incredible Hulk, the TV series, and with the Bionic Woman being so popular, it seemed like a good idea. Marvel was afraid that CBS would introduce a female version of Hulk, so they decided to publish their own version, so if any show made something similar, Marvel would own the rights. Kind of like Spider-Woman, it's just easier to trademark. But it got me thinking, yeah, what about Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hawkeye? Do they have to trademark their names? No, of course not, because they don't have petty people in their lives like Titania. But I'm also sure Iron Man probably did. Also, fun fact, did you know that the word superhero was trademarked by Marvel and DC Comics in the 60s? Allegedly, Marvel and DC Comics lawyers will leave you alone if you use it casually, and as long as it stays off the cover, you can use it in comics. What I'm just trying to say is stay on top of your trademarks. And also, Marvel, please don't come at me for spreading this knowledge. Our judge for today's She-Hulk vs. Titania courtroom showdown is Judge Early, played by Mary Kraft. Titania's lawyer is Robert Wallace, played by Darren Toonder. Also, I hate that if you're going to steal someone's name, Titania, don't make your product pink and green. That makes no sense. We see one clip where Jen refuses the name She-Hulk, and our second clip is from Bob DeCastro's interview in episode 3 of She-Hulk. We're now at Luke Jacobson's, and if you're like MT, you probably already peeped the confused Eugene Padelio. Delio? That's how MT says it, Padelio. Eugene is completely confused walking out, so it must be his first time there. I assume he's picking up the suit for someone else. If that's so, he could potentially be picking up the suit for his father, the OG Leapfrog in the comics, or for someone else. Eugene could steal the costume that was supposed to go somewhere else. The theories are endless here, but we got a good glimpse at MT's boy. We're also introduced to Luke Jacobson, played by the amazing Griffin Masters. Luke Jacobson is a famous designer from Marvel Comics. He was an award-winning designer and fashion mogul, and he worked alongside Dakota North, appearing in Dakota North's comics in the 80s. And the first thing he does is scream, but not out of fear of She-Hulk, but at her ghastly outfit. Also, just want to note, we've seen some designers in the comics like Leo Zielinski, who tailored costumes for the X-Men, Avengers, Doom, and a ton of other folks. Then we've got folks like Spider-Man, who made his own original, then got an updated suit from Tony Stark, Thor's, who was basically Asgardian armor, Melvin Potter, and Daredevil. But this Luke is the real deal, an Edna Mode of the MCU, and I ain't seeing a damn cape yet. No capes. We can see clothes they're currently working on, including this nice striped sort of 16th century armor dress, but it's also giving slightly an Olympian fighter vibe. This looks similar to something someone like Athena or Sif would probably wear, just like a fighter or warrior type. The black feather one could be for someone with either exaggerated bird-like features like Beak or just spooky undertones like Sister Grimm. When we turn around, we see the black head mask
like
with black horns. Could be for someone, it's a wild theory, like Lilith or Magic. Next to it, we see a gold and green shiny fabric, which sort of reminds me of Jean Grey and Loki's. A straw dress, which is insane, and an armored suit with nipples like our favorite Batman. And before you guys come in, that was a joke. Nipple Batman is not my favorite Batman. We see Mallory with Todd from Jen's last date, the one that was calling her a specimen, played by John Bass. John Bass mentioned at D23, Todd is a billionaire playboy philanthropist douchebag who wants more than anything to feel like Tony Stark. He is used to getting whatever he wants, but he's a total creep who starts popping up everywhere. This reminds me of Kristoff in the 2014 She-Hulk run, who had a ton of money, was very much a bachelor playboy, but wanted asylum in the US from Latveria. He was Dr. Doom's son, and it's a very fun run. Maybe Todd won't be Kristoff, but give the same energy of demanding She-Hulk to be there for him, or just getting whatever he wants like a crybaby, like me. I think he's also drinking the really expensive Saratoga water, which is like $84 for like 3. Wow. That life. When we take a look at Jen's dating profile, her About Me section says mean, green, and straight poured into these jeans, which is the great title of this episode. Also, Jen was looking to a sturdy back and reinforced king-size bed. Jen, oh my God, and all in front of the men who you met on the site. That is oh, this is horrible. Also, each of their gestures already reflect the type of people and energy they give off, and I don't like it. Okay, so we're reintroduced to the 4 days we saw in the last episode. Eric, the strong one, Noah, the director, Todd, who we've seen too much of, I just don't like him, and Arthur, the one she took home. Now, what Arthur says here about not wanting to date Jen, but wanting to date She-Hulk can easily be connected to the comics, but also just to being a human. In the comics, Jen was so attached to the spectacle that was She-Hulk, she never wanted to be Jen Walters because she wasn't fun or outgoing enough as Jen. This scene hurt me so much because Jen is Jen. She-Hulk is Jen. And I don't want her getting any warped idea that no one likes Jen, which is something we'll probably dive into more in the next coming episodes. It's basically like them just trying to coexist together, Jen and She-Hulk, like banners, but obviously like completely different. Titania says this isn't over, and we've seen in new footage, it indeed is not over. She-Hulk will punch her in the face soon. We still haven't got the answer as to why this whole week even started, but we can bank on seeing Titania more. I don't think she'll be the big bad of the series, but a speed bump along the way. Oh, that's offensive to be referred to as a speed bump. In the comics, like I said earlier, Jen and Mallory don't get along. But I like the idea of even a weird, messy way she can become friends with Jen. Who needs girls versus girls beefing? They're two Class A lawyers. Let's not pit them against each other. C'est la vie. We're back at the Legalese bar, and on the TV, it's the same anchor from the second episode for KZYO. Jen breaks the fourth wall, talking this time for the first time this episode, when she reminds us, remembering she needs to check out her new clothes. She-Hulk arrives at Luke's to pick up her clothes. We can probably expect to see few fits from the trailers, like this dress that makes her ass look amazing, her She-Hulk suit, and the new fitted suit. There's probably a bunch of options now. And also, hold up, Tinsley, slow down. Our boy is making a new outfit for Daredevil. It's the gold helmet we've seen in the trailers. It will never be forgotten, and it's for pickup. This is why Charlie is in LA, picking up his new threads. Okay, now, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you do want D23 spoilers, Voss gives one away on Inside Marvel. They got an exclusive little teaser of She-Hulk with Daredevil there. I know some of y'all are watching this from afar. I don't want to make you sprint from your kitchen to mute me while I give you spoilers, so just click on over there and you'll get more insight into the shenanigans that ensue. We close the episode to Tove Strike. I know I pronounced that wrong, but the song is so good. It's called Say My Name, on the nose. We get some new courtroom illustrations. Ched hustling, selling She-Hulk merch, now signed by our She-Hulk. Holloway drinking the booty booster he saw on Santa Monica Boulevard billboard and checking out his boosted booty. Now this is pretty fun. Nikki and Pug are checking out what I assume is the Iron Man 3s. We see so many shoes on this wall, and I'm gonna try clicking on all of them and we'll try figuring it out. Captain America, we got Deadpool, we got Black Panther, we got Cyclops, Vision. I think this is old school, like comic Vision, not our newer Vision. The Thing, Wolverine. I say this is Kate Bishop. You can say Hawkeye. I think it's fine. Frogman, Bishop from the X-Men, not Kate Bishop, Green Gobbles, aka the Green Goblin, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Moon Knight. So people are saying here this could be Gambit because of the spade, but the colors match Jack of Hearts too well. And he has the connection to She-Hulk in the comics, so I'm leaning personally Jack of Hearts. Falcon, Nova, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, the Juggernaut, Juggernaut bitch, Speedball. There's so many. I also think it's fun to have different opinions, so if you disagree, that's fine. That's the cool part about being different people. We have differences. Great. That's everything I spotted in the 5th episode of She-Hulk. It was a short episode. I think it's the shortest one they did, and there was no like post credits like teaser.
I know,
so it was a little bit short, and so was my little breakdown. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lulu_Clemens. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Thanks for watching, and remember, one's for rocking and one's for stalking, baby.
Thanks, Jessica.
Cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
What was your favorite bit?
The shoes.
The shoes?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in the movie. It was in the after.
Yeah, in the credits.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's the stuff in the tailor's room.
Yeah, that one's nice too.
The different costumes. Like, I only spotted a couple of those things while we were watching.
Yeah.
The dress that she walked by the first time, and of course the Daredevil helmet.
You recognize that.
Oh yeah. Of course that was gonna be Daredevil there. But yeah, I liked all those little things because those could be anybody.
Exactly.
And this show, despite what She-Hulk said, not a cameo show. This is 100% a cameo show.
Yeah.
Every single time we're getting cameos.
And also she beat Titania in the court.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
so
she
those are the
win.
Great things that she won, because she's always being discouraged about, you know, of people will just date me because I'm She-Hulk,
right?
Not Jen.
Sure,
you know?
Sure.
So it gives her a little boost in her self-esteem.
Yeah.
To beat Titania.
Also, I totally didn't recognize the guy walking out with the suit as the actor that they. I don't even remember his name, Eugene or whatever. Yeah, I didn't recognize that he was important or that.
Not backwards. I mean,
yeah, you saw the back of him. I didn't notice him at all. I didn't clock that he was important.
Right.
But he's probably Leapfrog or Leapfrog Son or Frogman or whatever. Yeah. And MT from the New Rockstars is 100% a Leapfrog stan.
True.
So he's been shouting about Leapfrog forever. But yeah, so that was kind of fun. I'm glad that we got notified of that by this. So there was a lot of stuff that I missed.
There's a lot of stuff you always miss.
Yeah, I mean, because they are very careful to go frame by frame and pick everything out.
The movie goes by so fast. It's like you don't even notice, especially when you're into it. Yeah. Yeah,
totally. Plus, again, just like always, showing us the actual comic panels and tying back little details to things that happened in different comic runs and stuff like that. Great. That's super fun because, like we say, all of this stuff has its roots in the comics, and it's all driven by the stories in the comics and the characters in the comics, and they may remix it a little bit or take inspiration from this thing and a character from that thing, and then they create something new, but it all goes back to the comics.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
thank you again for tuning into our channel. If you like to watch the breakdowns of the She-Hulk episode 5 for New Rockstar, we're gonna put the link in our description below. Thank you for your love and support to our channel and embracing us. We're really grateful for it and very humble. Please support us to our goal. So thank you for your recommendations and your suggestions. Please keep them coming. And thank you again, and see you in the next video.